4 shocking ways you can lose your US citizenship. Today we're talking about something many people don't think about: losing your US citizenship. Whether you're a natural-born citizen or naturalized, there are specific ways this can happen under US law. We'll cover the 4 main ways, backed by official sources, and we'll share some recent news updates from 2025. Remember, this is for educational purposes. Always consult a legal expert for personal advice. Let's get started. Way 1. Voluntary renunciation. The most straightforward way to lose US citizenship is by voluntarily renouncing it. This involves appearing in person at a US embassy or consulate abroad and signing an oath of renunciation. It's a serious step, often chosen for tax reasons, dual citizenship conflicts, or personal beliefs. Once done, it's generally irrevocable, meaning you can't easily get it back. According to the US Department of State, this is the clearest way to show intent to give up your citizenship, and it's processed through official channels to ensure it's voluntary and informed. If you're considering this, know that you'll lose rights like voting and consular protection. Way 2. Acquiring foreign citizenship with intent to relinquish. If you become a naturalized citizen of another country after turning 18 and do so with the explicit intent to give up your US citizenship, you could lose it. US law allows dual citizenship in many cases, but if there's clear evidence of intent to relinquish, like stating it during the foreign naturalization process, it can trigger loss. This is outlined in the Immigration and Nationality Act, and it's not automatic. The US government reviews the circumstances. For example, some countries require you to renounce prior allegiances, which might apply here. Historical cases, like during World Wars, highlight how this has been enforced. Way 4. Serving in a foreign military. Serving in the armed forces of a foreign country can also lead to losing US citizenship, especially if that country is engaged in hostilities against the US or if you hold an officer position. This act is seen as demonstrating allegiance to another nation. However, if the service is involuntary or in a non-hostile force, it might not apply. The key is intent. The US looks at whether this shows a desire to cut ties. Historical cases like during World Wars highlight how this has been enforced. Way 4. Committing treason or attempting to overthrow the US government or bearing arms against the US can result in citizenship loss. This is rare but serious, and it applies to both natural-born and naturalized citizens. For naturalized citizens, there's an additional process called denaturalization if citizenship was obtained through fraud, like concealing criminal history during the application. Courts handle these cases, ensuring due process. Recent news updates 2025. Shifting to current events. In 2025, the Department of Justice has ramped up efforts to revoke citizenship through denaturalization, focusing on naturalized citizens convicted of serious crimes like child exploitation or terrorism-related offenses. A June memo from the DOJ prioritizes these cases, aiming to strip citizenship from those who hid disqualifying facts during naturalization. President Trump's Executive Order 14160, issued in January, emphasizes protecting the meaning and value of American citizenship, leading to more aggressive enforcement. Critics argue this could affect immigrants broadly, but supporters say it targets fraud. A notable case in June involved revoking citizenship from a convicted distributor of child sexual abuse material. Stay tuned to official sources like USCIS for any policy changes. Conclusion. In summary, losing US citizenship isn't common, but understanding these 4 ways – renunciation, foreign naturalization with intent, foreign military service, and treason – can help you avoid pitfalls. With 2025's focus on denaturalization, it's more important than ever to know your rights. If this video helped, like, subscribe, and comment below. Have you ever thought about dual citizenship? Thanks for watching. See you next time.
4 shocking ways you can lose your US citizenship. The United States recognizes several ways a person can lose citizenship. Voluntarily reunification is the most direct, requiring an in-person oath at a US embassy or a consulate with the rights like voting permanently lost. Citizenship may also be relinquished by acquiring foreign nationality with a clear intent to give up US status, or by serving in a foreign military hostile to the US treason subversive as or fraud. Naturalization can also trigger loss. In 2025, the Department of Justice intensified denaturalization efforts, especially for or serious crimes backed by Trump's Executive Order 14160. These actions sparked debate between critics and supporters.